Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Melody from Bake a Like and Let's Dig It, and today I wanted to talk to you about storing your seeds. Why, you may ask, is because I needed to figure out how I was going to store my seeds. I was very unorganized last year. So when it became spring and maybe I needed a seed to put into the ground, I was running around the house looking for a particular pack of seeds. So I did something this morning. I came up with just a quick fix for now to help me with some of my seeds that I'll actually show you. This is something, I've had two of these. It goes in like a piece of furniture. You can store it. And it's a hot mess. There's things in here that don't even have anything to do with gardening. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. It's just not a real easy way for me to stay organized. I think it actually frazzles me a little bit too. But yeah, so I was using two of these to hold my seeds, and I still have another bag in my closet from seeds I saved out of my garden last year. So that is today's discussion. Different ways of storing your seeds. Now, this is what I did this morning, just on a whim, and I thought that I would share it. Now, is this going to be a permanent fix for my situation with my seeds? No, because I still have bags of seeds and containers with stuff. I have two of these with all kinds of stuff and a bag in my closet. But for now, so that I'm not feeling so frazzled, now that we're all planting our seeds, is I came up with this little idea just for now, and that's what made me think of this topic. So this is what I concocted this morning. This is just an old Amazon box. Let me bring it closer. It's an old Amazon box. If you can see, I only had half of a divider for the box, and on the other half I used 3 gardening cups. Look like this, and I put them down on that side. The reason why I did that, let me just put this one cup back, is because my seeds are everywhere and I'm getting like, okay, what did I plant? What did I not plant? And that is how I came up with this idea. I'm just going to cut the flaps off. But, okay, let me bring you guys just a tiny bit closer so you can see. Like right here are peppers that I have not planted yet. Like all the cauliflowers are together. Some peppers that I did already plant are in the back. My tomatoes that I've already planted and the ones I didn't plant are in here. And it's just a little bit more organized. That's why I call it a just for now box. What do I mean by that? Okay. I have more stuff to plant today, and I guess I was getting overwhelmed this morning, and that's how I kind of came up with this idea to just divide the box up, put the tomato plants that I haven't planted yet, which are all these seeds that I still didn't plant yet, inside one section of the box. And then, let me see, tomatoes that I have already planted, I have them in a different section. So as I'm going along planting trays of seeds or whatnot, I have a spot for the seeds I've already planted and the ones that I didn't already plant and other things that I still need to do. So that will work for now when you're just gardening, well, planting your seeds in your cell trays or your pots or cups, whatever. Which then got me onto thinking about some ways of how we can store our seeds after this is done. Because like I said, I am not organized. I was looking for about a month and a half last year for okra seeds. I looked in everything, you know, I was looking through all my crap, couldn't find them. So like I said, just for now, while you're planting your seeds, you might want to do something like this. The system seems to be working. I'm just going to cut the flaps off, but this would never work as a permanent thing for me because the box will get thrown from room to room. So that was just that quickie idea I came up with this morning just to be organized. Let me put my glasses on. Well, here's another way. If you happen to be someone who maybe doesn't have a lot of packs of seeds, you could use something as easy as just a little folder to put your seeds in. I came up with some other ideas. If you're a scrapbooker, you like, yeah, I think that's what they call it, scrapbooks. I purchased some thinking that I was going to get into that, and I just never had enough time to actually do it. But that's a really cute idea. If somebody needs another way to store their seeds, it's probably super cute. I really don't have enough time to even scrapbook now. But you can store your seeds in there, and then they give you like cute little stickers you can put with it. Another thing that would be a good way of storing your seeds long term. I know some people keep them in a jar in the refrigerator. I bulk buy or food shop, you know, just largely. I couldn't see myself having like 5 jars in my refrigerator with seeds in it, and I don't think all seeds belong in the refrigerator. So, but I have heard people say they keep them in the refrigerator. Now, okra seeds, I heard you can keep them in the fridge. But so that's another idea if that's, you know, works for somebody out there. But another thing that I came up with is like a baseball card holder that it has a little pocket and you put your baseball card in there. Might be able to store seeds that way. Like I said, a folder if you only have just a few seeds. I see some people use a tin box. I don't know if they're antiquing. I don't know where they're finding those old school boxes that are about this big and it has a lid that comes up. I don't know if women used to use them back in the day to store their sewing kits. I never see them, not even at a yard sale around here. But that is another way. If you can find like a tin big box, that would be a great idea to store seeds. I was thinking about a binder, like a 3-inch or a 4-inch binder is another way you could do it with the see-through sheets so that you can store your seeds in each one. It has the holes. You just pop it into the binder. That's another great way to keep your seeds organized. Like I said, the tin can, or I don't know if they call that a tin box, tin can, but if I saw one that was big enough, I mean, I might be interested in that, but I've never seen anything like that around here. So I don't know where people on YouTube are getting those boxes at. They're cute, but I don't have a way of getting my hands on one. I also thought about a recipe container that holds like the recipe cards, but that's kind of on the smaller side unless they have like a big recipe box, you know, that you would hold like your index cards. That might be great. Great way to keep your seeds. I just don't know if that would work for me. So this is what I was thinking about doing for long term. This is just for now while I'm still planting seeds. And that's why I figured I would turn on the camera to discuss seed organization. Because I'm definitely not organized. I mean, honestly, like I stated, I had 2 of these containers full and I can't find anything. Very quickly, not to change the subject, I did a video on what is my setup. Within that video, I stated, after I showed my setup and the bulbs that I'm using, that if I found the bulbs, the name of the bulbs, I would let you know on the next gardening video. So inside my junk box that's supposed to be all my seeds, I did find the 2 bulbs that I'm using. I only have 1 of this bulb and I have 3 of this bulb and I only need 1 more. So it is by FEIT Electric, and I'm pretty sure I might have found this at Home Depot. This is by the same company. This is just a smaller bulb. That was the first bulb I ever bought. And then a friend of mine picked me up 3 of these, which is what I used last year to grow everything. What I'm currently going to use this year, I just need 1 more bulb. only because I could use the extra heat. But I promised if I found them and I knew that I held on to them, that I would show you them on the next video. So check that off the list. That is the bulbs that I'm using for growing my seedlings. Okay, back to being organized with seeds. Here's another thing that I heard about. I haven't been there to actually see it for myself yet, but I heard the dollar store, the Dollar General, has pencil, I guess you call them cases, pencil cases, but they're the bags that are about that big and it has the zipper. I heard that they have them in a multitude amount of colors. For an example, I think it's a very cute idea. They have it in red. You could put your hot pepper seeds in there, your packages, keep them organized, like a color-coded type of thing. Green, you would keep your leafy lettuces, your spinach, your kale inside the green. They had yellow. I heard they had orange, purple. So I think that might be the way that I'm going to go for a long term of saving my seeds and keeping myself organized so I don't get all frazzled, is go for like a trapper keeper or a binder. And maybe, you know, I am doing this on a budget. Let's see what happens. Even if I can find 7 of the colors out of 10, hopefully by the time I get there, they have them. Or I'll see if my friend could take a ride over and see if they have them. But yeah, that's my idea, is to go for the color-coded pencil case holders. They're not plastic. They're like cloth with the zipper. And that would be super cute in a binder or a trapper keeper. And you could kind of keep it color coordinated. So, I mean, honestly, I think that that's the way that I would like to go. And if I do end up going that route, I will show you when I find it. But that was another idea for you. So if you're near a Dollar General or near a dollar store, go in and take a look and see if they have the pencil cases that are all multicolored, because that would be, I think, fantastic, of a way to keep your stuff organized. So yeah, today's video is basically to show you the idea I came up with for February on how to get, you know, when you're starting to plant your seedlings in the trays, it gets overwhelming. So this is what I could come up with. Like I said, I only had a half of a divider that I could put in there. It's a halfway divide. It stops like right there. And then I used 3 gardening cups so that I could get another row. And I organized them. These are all my seeds from last year. These aren't even the seeds for this year. So that will work for now. So I'm just going to cut the flaps off the box. And you know, because I can't exactly close it. So I'm just going to cut it off. And I think this might be a really good idea for when it's seedling time, you know, time to plant your seedlings. It's a little bit of a more organizational way than my previous ways of planting seeds. They're usually everywhere. You can see I have a container that has flower seeds in here and some other seeds. I'm just trying to get organized. That's the moral of the story, because my way of using a couple of these absolutely just is a hot mess. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else has any, you know, ideas out there besides the one that I'm really leaning towards, which is the pencil zipper cases from the dollar store. I thought that'd be pretty cool if they have like yellow, orange. You can just put the color, it could be like color coded, and then put it in either a trapper keeper or like a 3 or 4 ring binder. And maybe some of those see-through pages. That would probably be the way that I would like to go. Now, whether I find them or not is a whole different story. But so because I did this box this morning over coffee, that is what gave me the idea to do this video, which was trying to be a little bit more organized when it comes to seeds for seedling planting time, which then led my brain onto, I need a better organizational way to store my seeds. So that started, you know, the wheels are turning of like, let me do a video on that. I mean, literally, you could go and purchase a container like this to store your seeds, if that works for you. I did use this for a little bit, but I just noticed it always ends up with everything else other than what should be in there. So, and then the seeds slide down. It's not really keeping them organized. So me preferably would like to have a different way of storing my seeds. Now, like I said, if you only have a couple packs, just a folder like this. Yes, I love Yorkies. I own 2. This would be a great way to just store a couple packs of seeds if you only have maybe just a few. That might work. The container idea may work for you, or maybe even a bigger one that you could find probably Target, Walmart, maybe even the dollar store. But I am not looking for like a basket just to throw the seeds in. So yeah, that's what made me think of doing this video for everyone, which was, you know, a way to keep your seeds organized. Which one of the ways was scrapbooking. Super cute. You can put stickers onto that. You know, the book that you can hold baseball cards in, that's another idea. A folder if you only have bare minimal, or maybe a couple folders if you have more than just a few might work. A tin box. I don't know where to find a tin box, but that's another cute way. A recipe box, if you can find a bigger recipe box, because the little one, that wouldn't work for me. I would need a couple of them. And I just don't find that to be very organized for me. But that's another idea, is a recipe box. A 3-inch binder with the see-through sheets is an idea. What else did I say? Oh yeah, the Trapper Keeper. That is another way of storing your seeds. There are some channels I hear talk about the seeds in a jar, in a mason jar, a jar being kept in the fridge. That wouldn't work for me either. And I think the recipe boxes are a little bit too small for me. So maybe if there was a bigger one, that might work. But yeah, if you have a dollar store or a Dollar General near you, if you like this idea, go check it out. Go see if they have the, you know, the pencil holders that are like, they're not plastic. I'm just calling them cloth, but they come in multiple colors. And maybe a Trapper Keeper or 3-ring binder for me. I think that's the way that I would like to go, because all these other ways, like I still have this bag of seeds. I have another container in brown like this full of all kinds of like seeds that I saved. In my one closet in my foyer is a handle bag that has lots of seeds that I saved from my garden last year. So yeah, I need a different way to store my seeds and to keep myself organized. So that's the moral of today's video, is an organizational way to store your seeds long term. That's what I'm thinking about. So I thought I would share some of my ideas with you. But if you guys know of a better way of storing seeds, I know some people have the room for it. I watch Roots and Refuge. Jess has a bureau in her basement that has like the little skinny tiny drawers, and she's got them all different colors. She stores her seeds in something like that. That wouldn't work for me here. So yeah, this video all started because I had an empty box, and I don't remember where I got the little divider. That wasn't the length of this box, but that's kind of how this video came into play. Was just having coffee this morning, and like I said, the divider, it's only goes to here, and I separated some of my seeds categories, or how I started planting my seeds, and then I just used 3 flower boxes, or flower pots, I guess you would say, to kind of make it a little bit more organized so that I know what seeds I have to plant, what seeds I already planted, and that's why I'm calling this the Here and Now box. So this is a good way to stay organized. This might actually work for you long term. This wouldn't work for me long term because the box will get moved. It'll end up in a different room. And yeah, it just won't work for me long term. So that's the moral of today's video, is to discuss ways of being organized with your seeds, or I don't know exactly what title I'm going to give this video, but it's definitely more so for me because I'm a hot mess with my seeds. Like I said, was missing okra for about a month and a half last year. Couldn't find the seed package anywhere. And I don't want to run into that situation once it gets busier, as you know, we get closer to spring. So I was trying to come up with some ideas on how I can become more organized and have an economically smart way, because I am doing all this on a budget, of storing my seeds. And I think the dollar store, Dollar General, whatever they call it, might be the way to go with the little pencil cases, the cloth ones, because they're color coordinated, and you could probably fit quite a few packs in there. So what would be the worst case scenario? $10 for if you buy 10 of them. That's only stating if they have 10 different colors. They could have 8 different colors. Well, then it would be $8. And then $3 or $4 for a binder. Maybe 4 if you do a Trapper Keeper. So under $20. And I think that's probably the way to go. For me, anyway. Like I said, I try to do everything on a budget. But these seeds being everywhere. And like I searched the den the other night because I was looking for something. I couldn't find it. I was in the baskets. There's 2 over there looking for something. I couldn't find it. I knew that I had seeds in here. I couldn't find it. Finally, I found it. And I don't like being unorganized. So I don't know if this video is going to be helpful to anyone out there, but I think it's a major issue for me. I just need a better system. And I thought, let me do a video on, you know, the organizational way of storing your seeds. And it literally all came from me just doing this box because I'm still planting seeds. This kind of made me feel a little bit better because as I plant my seeds and I'm done, it'll go in the done spot. Like that's how I have it laid out. So I still have quite an amount of seeds to plant. I will be probably doing a video on some herbs. And what else? Probably another tray on some odds and ends. So that might be 2 more videos of things that I'm planting that need to go under, you know, go under the seed lights. So there will be 2 more videos on that. Let's see. If you go back, I don't know when this is going to be posted, and see my setup, I promised to show the bulbs that I'm using, and I saved this from last year. This is the small bulb. If you go back to that video and take a look, this is the first bulb I ever bought. And then my friend Jay found me 3 of these bulbs to go in just a girly type of lamp that has a wand on it. So I promised I would show you what bulbs I'm using on the next video that I did, and that would be today. Today's video is about maybe some affordable, easy ways to store your seeds. So yeah, that is today's video, guys. Whether you want to use some folders, maybe you want to use a container like, let me turn the name around, a container like this, maybe using a box of what I did just for now might work for you. Definitely will not work for me. And I wanted to share the other ideas that I came up with, which maybe y'all already know about it, which is the jar in the refrigerator. Won't work for me. You could put your seeds in a Trapper Keeper. If you scrapbook or have scrapbooks, I think that's a fantastic idea. It has cute little stickers too. A baseball book that holds baseball cards might be an option. Like I said, a folder if you only have a few, or find like quite a few folders if you have a little bit more than a few. One of those tin boxes, if I could find one, I would do that, maybe. I also said the binder with like a 3-inch binder with the see-through sheets is another way of storing your seeds for long term. Maybe one of those tin cans. A recipe box. I don't know if well, where I'm at, and I live in Pennsylvania, I've never seen a recipe box of like a good decent size. So that might work for somebody that has, you know, a small amount of seeds or a medium amount of seeds. Maybe that'll work for you guys. But yeah, the jar in the fridge thing isn't going to work for me. My refrigerator is always packed. Storing it like this in two different things is a hot mess, isn't working for me. Neither is this container. It's not big enough. Everything gets everywhere. I have too many seeds for just like basic folders like this. So, and this box that I came up with that I'm going to cut the flaps off is very good for right now when we're planting our seeds. So yeah, if anybody knows a better way that I myself can, you know, be organized and storing all my packs of seeds. Don't forget, I also have baggies worth of seeds, so I need a pretty good system, and I'm leaning towards the pencil case thing that I discussed from the dollar store that are in multicolor, and maybe hooking them into a binder and either putting some folders in there so I can hold my baggy seeds. That might be the way to go for me. If I do end up taking that route, I will be sure to show you it whenever I do get it or get it done. I will show you that in another gardening video, but I still have seeds left to plant and some herbs left to plant and get under the lights like I stated. And yeah, I needed some ideas on how to get myself organized to store my seeds long term. So I thought, well, if I'm thinking like that, I wonder if anybody else is out there and maybe needs a few ideas on how they can store their seeds to keep them organized. I mean, I just can't handle it. It frazzles me. Then I misplace things. Yeah, I need a better system. So if anybody has a better idea out there, please comment down below and let me know. If you like any of these ideas on ways to store your seeds, leave me a comment about that as well. If you happen to find these pencil cases that I heard a few people talk about from a dollar store, and you have a channel, send me the link. I'm more than happy to go over and take a look at it. But that's what I'm leaning towards, either a big trapper keeper that can hold some folders, you know, a bunch of folders so I could put my baggy seeds in there, and the pencil cases. I think that that's the way that I'm going to go. If I do end up going that route, I will bring you guys back and I will show you that. But for now, if you need a quick fix, let me come a little bit closer. If you need just a quickie idea on how to store your seeds while you're planting right now, if you have a spare box, maybe a little divider to put in there, or just use all cups, you know, to separate it up. This will work for the now, just won't work for me long term. But there you have it, guys. Yeah, I have Yerky folders. Yeah, so today's video is going to be how to store your seeds long term to be organized. So I thought I would bring you along. Until next time, bless you guys. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Please hit the like button. And yeah, if you have any better ways or ideas, leave me a comment down below. You know, I'd be thrilled if you have a channel. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, that's today's video on how to save your seeds long term. So until next time, bye guys.